Welcome to hbrv Lifestyle, the podcast. I am the host, the Honey Badger, here to give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business, as well as other things. And today is a very special episode because my passion level is going to be through the roof today. I'm going to be reacting to the releasing of information by Grand Design regarding the allegations of frame failure on their Solitude and Momentum fifth wheels. Now, I also want to mention that JD at Big Truck Big RV also did a short nine and a half minute video on it that I want to thank you, by the way, JD. I really do. I want to thank you for that because let me tell you why I'm going to thank you. The information I could read myself, not a big deal, but your link in the description box was the only way I could find this information. If I Google Grand Design Frame Flex, if I go on Grand Design's website and I try to look for this thing, whether I put in the search bar, whatever the case may be, you can't bloody find it. I don't know what it is. More than likely, it's probably something on Grand Design's website end. I'm not going to say there's any red flags about that. I'm going to say that I'm glad you had that link so that way I could personally do this reaction video. So I'm very appreciative. I also want to say, guys, look, JD has emailed me, and I will say from an optics standpoint, I understand his point of view. And I understand that he is sponsored by eTrailer.com. But like a lot of people have mentioned to me that Lippert does own a lot of the RV parts companies out there, and that there, I guess, is some Lippert parts or companies that sell parts under the Lippert umbrella that are on eTrailer.com. So JD, that's where the optics and where you're getting a lot of the feedback from on the interview with Lippert. It isn't because you're directly connected to them. It's because the optics. Okay. So I hope you understand that as not, I understand what you told me, and you telling me you're only sponsored by eTrailer.com. That's perfectly understandable. It's just the optics of things, brother. Okay. And that's where my concerns come from, because optics and how things are read and how things are written, and when they're at a corporate level, it just irritates the crap out of me. Okay. So let's start reading this thing. Okay. Here it says, our commitment since our beginning in 2012, we have had the mission to build a better RV and a better RV company. Pretty cool mantra, right? By the way, I'm gonna link this in the description box so you can get it on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, Apple, YouTube, anywhere you're getting this podcast episode from, you can click on the link, okay? Everything we do and every product we build revolves around our customers with the goal to create a superior RV experience. We back up this commitment to quality with first-class service and the industry's most comprehensive and trusted warranties. Excuse me. Bullshit. Sorry. Sorry, I got a little allergic there. Had a little cough. Look, all RV manufacturer warranties suck. Okay. And that's coming from the dealership perspective. I'm not going to attack Grand Design on this. This is an industry problem. This isn't necessarily one brand or two brands. This is a blanketed industry problem. Okay. And it's been that way. I don't know. 15 years I've been doing this, and 30 years prior to that. This has been going on for at least half a century. Okay, so this isn't anything new. But great corporate mantra. Simply put, we stand behind every RV we make. Really? I'm going to question that here in a second. In the spirit of our commitment to our customers, we would like to provide information around FrameFlex. FrameFlex is a normal movement of the chassis in specific areas to absorb shock and stress. I'm going to stop right there. First off, that is 100% accurate. Okay. Our data indicates that let me go backward. Hold on, before I keep reading. Flexing of the frame is normal in most cases, whether it's a toy hauler, whether it's a travel trailer, whether it's a fifth wheel. Okay. Our data indicates that a small number of larger Solitude and Momentum fifth wheels may have experienced excessive frame flex. If you think you are experiencing something irregular with your frame, please see the FAQ below and reach out to our customer service department. Okay. That is such a vague, oh my God. I mean, I want to just go. I mean, I'm not even a quarter through this thing and I'm already pissed off. First off, where is the data? I want to see the data. Because the emails I get tell me this is a larger problem than what's being admitted here. Okay? I want to know where the data came from. I want to see the data. Why don't you release the data to the public so we can view it for ourselves? How did you collect the data? How was it processed? Was it done by a Grand Design employee or was it done by a third-party investigative company that has nothing to do with Indiana and nothing to do with the RV business? How was this supposed small amount determined? What is the number associated with small? Is it the bullshit answer we got earlier in the month from a few RV corporate dealership YouTubers, a couple of corporate stooges that said that it was less than half of 1% or less than 3%? What's the number? What is the actual data you collected? Where is that data so we, the public, so we, the consumer, so we, the fucking RV community, can make that determination ourselves? God, I'm tired of corporate double talk. What is frame flex and why does it occur? As noted above, frame flex is a normal movement of the chassis in specific areas to absorb shock and stress. All steel frames have this flex, similar to bridges, which are engineered to flex and bend to absorb the weight of vehicles and changing weather conditions. Your RV chassis is engineered with the ability to flex as it is driven down the road. Without this flex, undue stress on the frame could damage the chassis or the wall structures. 1,000% accurate. That's the most accurate thing I have read so far. But first, let me explain it. Let me go a little deeper. JD kind of went into this, but let me go a step further, a step deeper, okay? If you are driving down the road, okay, and you see a fifth wheel or a travel trailer or even a motorhome or toy hauler, whatever, when you look at it, it looks like it's swaying, right? Very slightly. Kind of like, I guess the best description would be like when you see wind on tree branches. You know, you got a little breezy day, very beautiful spring day, and there's breeze going through, and you see the branches of the tree are slightly swaying and slightly moving. Okay? That's kind of what it looks like if you watch it directly. If you look out the back window of your vehicle at somebody towing one of the things or driving a motorhome, that's kind of what it looks like. And on fifth wheels, especially if you have a fifth, when you have it attached to a fifth wheel hitch, it looks like it's moving side to side, very slightly. Like you're like, is that thing gonna tip? A lot. I get questioned when I used to. I got a question from a buddy of mine years ago. He watched a fifth wheel going down the road. He says, "Dude, that thing looks like it's got to tip over." And I'm like, "No, that's normal. That little movement that looks like it's going side to side is perfectly normal." Okay, so that's 100% on target. Okay, so I'm going to give him that. What is normal frame flex? Oh boy, here we go. This can vary depending on the section of the frame. Okay, that's pretty accurate. Where the measurements are taken, the length and weight of the unit, the number of axles, and how the fifth wheel is loaded. Ooh, our first corporate double talk that's already trying to blame the customer. Wow. Read that yourselves. When you get a chance, click on the link below in the description box. And yeah, that sentence right there as I read it again. Let me read it again. This can vary depending on the section of the frame, where the measurements are taken, the length and weight of the unit, the number of axles, and how the fifth wheel is loaded. Ooh, wow. So basically, at the end of the day, they're basically saying the way you may load this thing is causing normal frame flex. Okay. Due to this range of variables, measurements are specific to each unit. If you have concerns, please work with a dealership, trained technician, or call Grand Design directly. Wow, that sentence bothers me already because I can already tell there's going to be something at the bottom here that I haven't gotten to. What type of durability testing on frames to make sure, what type of durability testing is done on frames to make sure they are optimally designed? Oh boy. As part of our product development process for new models, we partner with our frame supplier and an independent third party for rigorous durability testing. Who's the frame partner? They didn't name their frame partner. Wow. Okay. Who's the independent third party? What do they do? What's their background? How long has the company been in business? Is it owned by somebody that's associated with the RV world? Hello? This testing includes, but is not limited to, goddamn corporate fucking double talk, to loading the units to full capacity and towing over unlevel ground at typical travel speed for excessive periods of time and distance. Okay, wait a minute. Whoa, what the fuck? Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, there's going to be some random freaking cussing in this. So, what is typical travel speed? I mean, this was written by a lawyer. Unlevel ground. What do you determine unlevel ground? All over the damn place there's unlevel ground. At typical travel speed? What is considered a typical travel speed? What is an excessive period of time? What the fuck is that? What's the time period? Is it for 2 hours? Is it for 3 days? Do you travel from New York to California? Really? Upon return to the factory, the units are disassembled and analyzed for structural damage or concerns. So wait a minute. This is, now again, stop me if I'm wrong, but the way this reads is every time they build a solitude or a momentum or a reflection or an imagine or whatever, that they take every one of them that has been built. Not one, they took everything that's being built and they test the frame? That's how it reads. Dude, really, what is going on? I mean, that's written. Oh my God, is there. You know what that's written like? This is just my opinion. This is my opinion and speculation. I speculate that someone's getting a class action lawsuit. Because the way that's written by an attorney, or looks like a really good attorney. I could be wrong. To basically say that they're not going to commit to any data, they're not going to commit to anything, that all this is just bullshit. I'm sorry I'm cussing so much. I really am. I'm so sorry. I'm not normally like this. I've only been like this one other time. What causes excessive frame flex? Numerous factors may contribute to excessive frame flex, including road impacts, collisions. Wait a minute. Road conditions. Hold on. So the previous little paragraph I read said that they do excessive, they take on unlevel ground for excessive periods of time at normal travel speeds. But yet they're saying that road impacts can cause excessive frame flex. Wouldn't have you noticed that if you took it? Let's say you drove from Indiana to California, or Indiana through the West Virginia mountains, the Appalachian Mountains. I mean, wouldn't you know that there's something wrong if you actually did that kind of testing? Collisions, loading and weight distribution. Wow. Use of unapproved hitches or pin boxes. Holy, oh my God, this is starting to piss me off. So basically, what you're saying is that the customer needs to know how to load and weight distribute the fifth wheel, and that give me a list of unapproved hitches. What is on the unapproved list? What brand of hitch is approved by Grand Design to tow these things? Oh my God, they are putting this on you guys. This is putting all the frame flex and frame failure on you guys. This isn't a response. This is a cover your ass. Wow. Competing suspension, chucking between the tow vehicle and the fifth wheel hitch. I don't agree with the suspension part, just because I noticed that when guys upgrade their suspension, they're having less problems. But I do agree with the word chucking. And the chucking, I finally agree with something after a while. So chucking is the movement back and forth, that pushing up and forward and back on the fifth wheel hitch. That's what I consider chucking, and that I can understand. Using a non-traditional tow vehicle. Well, I could tell you that a lot of these bigger units, semi-trucks are towing them out from the transport company. So now are you putting the blame on the transport company? Oh my God. JD said it was manufacturing defects in his video. I think you misread it. JD, you misread that. It's not manufacturing defects. It's manufacturing variations. They are taking absolutely zero accountability for this. That's how this reads. This isn't taking responsibility or accountability. This is like getting a way out. This is like trying to get the golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This is like them doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk. This is such bullshit. I'm going to skip over that one because that one I agree with. What do I need to have ready when I call customer service? When you call customer service, be ready with the following information. The full name under which the unit is registered. Oh my God. Holy crap. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify or Amazon, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you probably are lucky, because I want to pull my hair out of my head. This is bullshit. The full name under which the unit is registered. You're basically hinting that the only people that you're going to help with is people who bought it new. I'm going to tell you why that's a bad thing here in a minute. VIN number, description of the issue with any pictures you may have, your current location of the unit. Okay, those all make sense. The last four, of course, make sense. But the full name under which the unit is registered. Basically saying if you didn't buy it brand new and you bought it used, go fuck yourself. That's how it reads. Pound sand, we don't want to deal with you if you bought it used. Okay, so let me give you my disclaimer. This communication is for informational purposes only and may not apply to all situations, as every customer and vehicle is different. Please contact our customer service department for information specific to your vehicle. Oh my God. Greg, and you know who I'm talking about, Greg. If go read this, dude. I mean, you're going to lose your shit. You're going to lose your mind, brother. Tom's going to lose his crap. Oh my God. So let me give you my first thoughts, okay, as I'm doing this, okay? My first thought is if you are a first owner of a Grand Design RV, even if you're not having problems, when word gets out like this, your resale value is going to tank. So this is what I would tell you. This is my professional opinion. This is what I would speculate, okay? And you're going to have to pardon the language. There's going to be some more F-bombs, okay? But pretty much, Grand Design doesn't give a flying fuck about its owners and its customers. And I don't think it's out of spite. I don't think it's over money. I don't think it's over ego. I think somebody is not thinking straight. Because there's an old axiom, I guess you could call it, where if you pull one lever, you have to realize all the levers you pull after that. Okay? So you pull this lever of this corporate double talk jargon where you can moonwalk out of any situation. You're not just fucking the people that bought it used, private party or from a dealership, and it's within the 3-year span of what you say is your structural warranty. Now, I understand being in the business that the structural and roof warranties are not transferable, so I totally get it. But when you're having these kind of allegations against you and you don't solve it, you're fucking the people that bought them brand new and still own them, as well as the people that bought them secondhand. And this is why. Let's say Mr. and Mrs. Jones bought a 2022 Momentum 395 as an example. And they're ready, and they paid, let's say, 150 grand. We'll just use even numbers, okay? And they go to try to sell it, and let's say they're trying to get 120. They're going to have no takers. They're going to get lowball offers, and they're going to get asked consistently, have you had a check for frame failure? Have you had it checked for frame flex? Have you checked for frame failure? Have you checked for frame flex? Hey, I want an inspector to come out and check the frame. Can you have it torn apart so we can actually look at the frame? And now when dealerships finally wake up out of the ether of the world and start not worrying about the problems we're having, and they get a hold of this, they're going to walk away from these things. They're going to be like, dude, if there's that many problems with a Grand Design Momentum or a Solitude, you better hit it a half a book. I know about this, and I have personally turned away 4 people now that own either Solitude or Momentum, because I asked them about frame flex. Have they had it checked? Have they had it checked? Oh, no, there's no such thing. Oh, it's a myth. Oh, it's that. Then I show them everything online that I have from YouTube and Reddit and all these places, and they go, oh, yeah. Well, we don't know if it has it or not. I mean, you're screwing people. That's my opinion. You're blatantly screwing people because you don't want to come out and do a recall. That's what should be done right now. Right now, Don Clark, the CEO of Grand Design, needs to wake up, swallow his ego, swallow his bank account for the year and say, I'm not going to add to it, and do a fucking mass recall for new and used owners. Yes, it's going to flood service departments. Yes, it's going to probably cost you north of $10 to $20 million, but it will save your current customer base. Or maybe he doesn't care. I don't know. Maybe he's got I don't know. Allegedly, he's got a job somewhere else. I mean, I've heard all kinds of stupid rumors. I've heard rumors that he may have a stake in Brinkley, and that if Grand Design goes down in flames, he can just walk over there and cash out of his golden parachute with Winnebago or Grand Design. There's those kind of rumors out there. There's those kind of rumors floating around this very small RV industry. But if he's plans on being in the company for 10 more years, 15 more years, you got to think about the next 10 years. You can't sit and think about what your fucking bank account is today. Think about what it's going to be 10 or 15 years from now. If you put out a mass recall to have the frame checked by an independent frame and welding expert, you will win your customers back. But the longer you wait and the more you try this corporate double talk and the more you just let this keep simmering, the worse it's going to get. And if you're listening, Mr. Clark, you've been around long enough to know the story of Weekend Warrior. Do you want to be the next Weekend Warrior? The next one-hit wonder, flash in a fucking pan? Or do you want to be around for the next 20 years? Until next time, have a good night.